Okay. So anyone can share, how was it? How was the experience? Can anyone share quickly? Anyone who has actually come out now? Yes, Sonakshi ji.
Yeah, able to hold the inner child for the entire session.
Wow,
Very good.
wonderful.
Myself and inner child only.
And there is a big room, and both are just, just playing
All
with
under the sun. Under the sun.
the sun. Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Meenakshi ji. Anyone else? Anyone
Yeah,
else?
I was able to see some purple light, um, and like it was very calming, soothing, and
Hmm,
I didn't want to even open my eyes. Actually, felt
hmm,
so relaxed.
hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very nice, Padma. Yes, Prithvi. Actually, I also felt that I was really fast today. So I'll try to be more slow next time. Thank you so much. Okay, great. So let us start.
Priya,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Angel. Please, please.
so when you said the light, so I actually saw a rainbow
Hmm.
and I could see that lights of the rainbow, all the colors are going over the globe along with the golden light, and then it is going to the universe, and the universe is sending it back again here.
Wow.
So I could see that.
Very
And
nice.
I was feeling very grateful. I was like, I mean, I was having the tears, like, I was feeling very joyous in that moment. Yeah, I
Hmm.
could see so many rainbow and so many lights and so many colors, and like, wow, I've never seen that in any meditation yet.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. You have that power in you, actually, Angel. That is why you're able to see all that. Once you will become an advanced meditation practitioner, you will experience so much actually. So, meditation is one thing which should be must for you. And if you will start doing it from this age and you will take yourself up for 1 hour, I mean, really telling you, you'll see amazing changes in yourself going forward. I mean, you'll experience so much beyond, right? Thank you, Angel. Thank you so much. Okay, so let us start. We are going to understand a wonderful thing today. This has taken my attention, and I have tried to apply it on my life, and really the results are wonderful. Really, the results are really amazing and wonderful within my relationships, especially because that is the one area where I have applied it fully. Because that is one area where if somebody is not talking properly to me or hurting me, then I cannot stop myself feeling bad. I have to make a very bad face to make that person realize what he has done, right? And spoil my mood and the entire day, and then few days like that, right? But then when I started applying all this, it was really wonderful. Maybe for the relationship we'll read next time about the ego, but today we are going to connect with the stress is the desire of the ego, right? So it will take some time to get all this, but that is very fine. It's okay, right? If you're not getting completely, it is okay. Don't bother yourself, right? So that pecky ego is at work when you're experiencing stress or anxiety. So whenever you're going through stress or anxiety, that pesky ego is at work. It is working in you. So perhaps your ego self feels more effective dealing and coping up with stress because you feel you're actually doing something in the world. See, understand this line. So your ego self feels more effective dealing and coping up, with stress because it feels, oh, I'm doing something in the world, right? That feeling, I'm doing something by taking stress is what the ego self do. Perhaps he says that perhaps it's habit, custom, or believing that it is the right way to be. So it is nothing but it is the way we think that the things are, it is the right way of dealing with things. That is the only thing. It has become your habit, it has become your custom in your family or your culture, or you believe in it, right? So only you can analyze the why. You have to analyze why you have been like this now, right? But the fact is that stress is familiar. It is very much familiar, and it feels so good to say, I'm in stress, so much stress there in my life, you know. But tranquility is unfamiliar. If I ask you what is tranquility, even we don't know the right meaning of tranquility. So, what to be feeling familiar about it, right? So, ego desires stress. Anybody has anything till here? Have you got it? Ego desires stress. So, the ego in us asks us to be in stress because that is the effective way of dealing things we think like, right? But he says, but there is no actual stress in the world. It's your thoughts that creates these false beliefs. You cannot package stress. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it. There are only people who are engaged in stressful thinking, right? When we think stressfully, we create reactions in the body. Now we create the reactions, right? The valuable messages or signals. Let me just put it 100%. The valuable messages and signals that we give to our body, and then, requesting our attention. So now these messages reveal themselves as nausea, elevated blood pressure, stomach tension, indigestion, ulcers, headache, increased heart rate, difficulty breathing, and zillion of other feelings, from minor discomfort to serious life threatening illnesses. So that is how it works, right? So he says that when, okay, sorry, just give me a second. Okay. So now he says we speak of stress as if it were present in the world as something that attacks us. So now, right now, we speak it as something, it is a virus and it is going to attack us anytime. We say things like, I'm having an anxiety attack, as if anxiety is in combat, means you are in a war and you have to fight it out. That is how we are dealing with stress. But he says the stress in your body is rarely the result of external factors or entities attacking you. It is actually the result of your weakened connecting link to intention, caused by your belief that ego is who you are. Now we will understand this again, because see, this is the main point of this book. He says certain things so deeply, then it takes, 5 6 times read it again to get the meaning of it. I mean, cannot get the meaning of it immediately. So now if you will get this point, it's the result of the weakened connecting link to intention. So because I've read the book, I know the intention is, you can connect with God. This intention word, he is saying God, just, or universe, just, make it universe. So it is the result of your weakened connecting link to universe, I'm saying, caused by your belief that ego is who you are. Because we define ourselves by our ego, and the weakened connection link with the universe causes stress. You are peace and joy, but you have allowed your ego to dominate your life. You have given the permission to ego to dominate your life. So he says, here's our short list of stress induced thoughts that originate from ego self. Now, what are the thoughts that come from ego? Right? He has given certain examples. It is more important to be right than to be happy. Right? So yesterday I felt like, my husband has scolded me unnecessarily, and in front of mother-in-law also, which was absolutely wrong. I have not done anything, and he is a short-tempered person, and I am not going to tolerate all this. If I will tolerate this behavior right now, then he is going to increase it, and it is going to create more mess. So I have to voice out today, Priya, because you're a woman. So you have to voice out today so that, he should subside and then he should not repeat it. So all these were going on in my head, being right. You're right. So you have to be, you have to make your face and you have to show that anger and everything. And yes, it was difficult, but then I started telling myself, I detach myself from ego. I fully let it go. I want to be happy instead of right now in this moment. I am going out. I want to enjoy. I don't want to spoil my mood. All that I started saying. And he's not that kind of person who becomes normal so easily. I mean, it takes a lot of time for him. But I think within 1 hour, we were not speaking to each other. We were going somewhere, but we were both normal. I made a one move, he made another move, I made the third, he made the fourth, everything was normal. And I have not experienced all this so easily ever, ever. You know, we used to complicate it more and more. But this is so amazing. And he is not involved in all this. I mean, he doesn't even believe in all this. It is only one-sided. But the result is coming from other side also because everybody wants to be happy, right? Everybody has that consciousness that I want to be happy. So it's more important to be right than to be happy. This is the ego self. And even if you remind yourself this particular point at that moment, you want to be right or you want to be happy, choose. Everything goes away, right? Winning is the only thing. When you lose, you should be stressed. Again, a very, very popular belief. And people are running after this. They want to win in their office, in their workplace, at home also. Winning has become a game at home also, right? Your reputation is more important than relationships with your source, means God. So your reputation, right? My reputation, me, that has become more important, which creates so much of stress. And people are just running like mad, right? Success is measured in dollars and accumulations rather than feeling happy and content, right? Being superior to others is more important than being kind to others. So this is all the thoughts dominated from ego self, right? So now a wonderful story. Let's be, lighthearted and read this story. So the following lighthearted way to stop taking yourself so seriously is from this book by Rosa Mudd and Benjamin Zander. He is the conductor of Boston Philharmonic, right? Titled by The Art of Possibility. I mean, we are so far away from all these books, especially me. I don't know the author, I don't know the book, nothing, right? It illustrates a delightful way how we allow ego to create many problems we encounter that we label stress and anxiety. So, again, a very important point if you see in this line, he has actually mentioned the whole life of of a person, if you can see. And I can relate so much. It illustrates in a delightful way how we allow ego to create many of the problems that we encounter and we label simply it as stress or anxiety. But actually, the problem is just ego. Many problems that we encounter is ego only. We label it as stress, right? So let's read this. A wonderful story. Anybody can read this. Today I'm finding why I'm only speaking. Then I realize now that I am only speaking. Very late.
I will read. I will read.
Sonakshi, thank you so much.
We are lost in your words, no? So that is, we are also keeping.
Thank you so much, Sonakshi.
Yeah. Good. So two prime ministers are sitting in a room discussing affairs of state. Suddenly a man burst in, apoplectic with fury, shouting and stamping and banging his fist on the desk. The resident.
Just a second, actually, I'm
Yeah.
turning it off.
The resident prime minister admonishes him. Peter, he says, kindly remember rule number 6. Whereupon Peter is instantly restored to complete calm, apologizes and withdraws. The politicians return to their conversation only to be interrupted yet again 20 minutes later by an hysterical woman gesticulating wildly, her hair flying. Again, the intruder is greeted with the words, Mary, please remember rule number 6. Complete calm descends once more. and she too withdraws with a bow and an apology. When the scene is repeated for the third time, the visiting Prime Minister addresses his colleague. My dear friend, I have seen many things in my life, but never anything as remarkable as this. Would you be willing to share with me the secret of rule number 6? Very simple, replies the resident Prime Minister. Rule number 6 is don't take yourself so goddamn seriously. Says his visitor. That is a fine rule. After a moment of pondering, he inquires, and what, may I ask, are other rules? They are not any.
Yeah, so this is the story. I don't know how many of you understood, but if you have not understood, it is very fine. Just go through it again, you will understand it. So the rule number is 6 is don't take yourself goddamn so seriously. Right? So, whenever any stressful thought or situation comes up and you're literally in stress, remind yourself rule number 6, really telling you, you will laugh like anything and you will say, oh my God, let me just let go and just, be in my calm pace. Right? I have tried it and it really works beautifully. So it is just a matter of, you have to remember it at that moment and then use it, right? So we'll read the other part because now he is only telling us what to do and then we will go ahead. Yes, Meenakshi ji, please.
As you encounter stress, pressure, or anxiety in your life, remember rule number 6. At the moment you realize you are thinking stressful thoughts, by noticing and discontinuing the inner dialogue that's caused stress, you may be able to prevent these physical symptoms. What are the inner thoughts that produce stress? I am more important than those around me. My expectations are not being met. I shouldn't have to wait. I am too important. I am the customer here and I demand attention. No one else has these pressures. All of the above, along with a potentially endless inventory of rule number 6 thoughts, are from the ego's bag of tricks. You are not your work, your accomplishment, your possessions, your home, your family. You are anything. You are anything. You are an aspect of the power of intention, dressed in a physical human body, intended to experience and enjoy life on earth. This is the intention that you want to bring to the presence of stress.
Yes, to the presence of stress, right? I hope you all liked it and it is really wonderful, right? Really
Yes.
wonderful the way the author has explained. And now I want to stress on these, I mean, not I should say stress, focus on these thoughts. See how we use this word stress now. I want to stress on these words. So now I want to focus on these words. What are the inner thoughts that produce stress? I am more important than people around me. This is the major one. Then my expectations are not being met by other people. I shouldn't have to wait. I'm too important. I'm the customer here and I demand attention. No one else has these pressures like I am handling in my life, as if I am the only one taking the burden of whole earth, right? All these are ego's bag of tricks coming from ego, right? So he says, you are not your work, you are not your accomplishments, you are not your possessions, not your home, and not your family. You are an aspect of power of intention, means the power of this universe, the God, dressed in a physical human body, intended to experience and enjoy your life on earth. This is the intention you have to bring in the presence of stress when you are dealing with a stressful situation, right? So, have you got it? Anybody got it now? I mean, completely. Anybody has to say anything for this? Anyone
Good
has?
morning, Priya.
Yeah, Priya, I have to say,
Yes, please, Charu.
yeah, so we did this. I just completed one mirrorverse session with Priya, and this came across, and somehow it really struck me the day she said it, and I've been consciously applying it in office on a daily basis because so many meetings happen at serious senior level, and this situation just replicates. So it really works. And yesterday only I was chatting with Priya, and subconsciously she told me you have applied rule number 6, and that was something from my personal life. So yes, it works, and if you really think on it, it works.
It works. Yes,
So
it's a
thank you, Priya.
thank you. And it
But
brings immediate smile on our face when we are really in anxiety. It brings immediately smile on face. Am I taking myself too seriously? And
yeah.
then you will just go amazing, right? So that is all. I mean, for the thing that we had to read today, it's 8:35. Good, we have some time. Anyone else has anything to say? Meanwhile, I'll just open the mirror work because the practice that we have to do. Yes, Hirilji.
It worked for me too. One of the sessions that I think about 15 days back you had shared
Hmm.
of this small experience, the similar one,
Hmm.
of how you were telling yourself that I detached myself from the ego,
Hmm.
and that very week, uh, this is a new workplace,
Hmm.
and a lot of things you're aware of.
Hmm.
So there's something that happened, and I. Uh, how can I be treated this way?
Hmm.
That was the experience that came, and I just immediately went out. Thankfully I was in the head office, so there's like a big lobby kind of a thing right outside. So
Hmm.
I went outside in sun rays and I said, "Son, thank you." Help me disconnect myself from the ego. And
Hmm.
I was like completely normal.
Wow.
And slowly, yeah, that has been with me in some or the other form of my consciousness. Yes, there is a lot of work because so many years, you know, I I've made that as my thought pattern. Now consciously I change it, but it really works instantly.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, Hirilji.
Thank you.
So, this is one tip which is going to work for us now. And it is so wonderful how it works, right? Yes, Rachita. Quick word, Rachita. We'll go ahead with our
Yes.
day number
So I
5.
just wanted to tell about ego. I was the queen of ego. I used to never bend for anyone, whoever it is, even my parents. But one thing I realized, there's no point in having any hatred or having ego, because ultimately that person means something to you. And by having that ego, that moment is also spoiled. The entire mood and the whole relationship, that frequency which you have, will also get spoiled. So that is not something I want to compromise. Then I told myself, whoever is rude to me, they are rude to me. I can't change them. All I can do is how I am going to respond. For a while, I'll just keep mum. I'll just try and analyze what is my mistake there, and try and understand, okay, if I have done this, next time I shouldn't be doing this. I'll have to be more careful. And that's how each time that ego factor which was in me is now diminished. Thanks to you, Priya.
So now there is more simpler way instead of thinking all this. Apply rule number 6.
Yeah,
You
don't
don't
take
even
life
have
so
to think all
seriously.
this, right? It becomes, I mean, from now on, it will become more easier for you, right? So we'll do today. Uh, I am good enough and I am worth loving. So people actually who have this unworthiness issue, they are the ones who have the most ego problems running in their life because there is something inside of them which is like not fulfilled, and they are the one who is not making it fulfilled, but they seek it outside. They seek respect outside. They seek love outside. They seek everything outside, and that is the big problem. They don't want to look inside and do it. And you know just see around you. This is one thing which my mentor actually has told me when I entered my new life. She said just to observe people around you and see their patterns, the possessiveness, the unworthiness, jealousy, comparison. See how they do it, and then reflect upon yourself, and you will become more kind and compassionate person because what you are seeing in them is actually reflection of you. So when I see if some relative has come and how they talk and how they try to portray themselves, then how they say, yeah, I have done this, I have done that, beta, I have done that for you, I've done that for your husband, I've done that for your family. And then I'm able to see from what and where and all this is coming. And then when I am I'm just not comparing, reflecting on myself and seeing this is you. Then it makes me, I mean, I'm at least not judgmental about them, that what they are talking, why they are talking, right? So this is how it works. And the best is now I have stopped bitching. I don't do it. But when other people do it, it bothers me. Means I don't like, right? But I love listening. Still, there is a corner which wants to listen, right? So this is the reflection in me, which is says, because you still have a corner in you which likes it, that is why this disturbance, this judgment comes for others. So that is how it works. So what I have to do is I have to completely accept myself. Then this particular part in me of discomfort will go. I will not judge others and I'll be completely comfortable doing whatever they are doing. In fact, I'll be blessing them to change themselves, but without any expectation. Without any expectation. It will come unconditionally, right? So I wanted to before do the stress part today, but while doing the prayer, I don't know, I felt like starting from day number 5. So we'll begin from day number 5, which is stand in front of your bathroom mirror, your eyes, say I love and I approve of myself. Keep repeating it, do it 100 times. I love and I approve of myself, right? And one thing I tell you about this day number 5, we have actually completed Hindi batch. Angel did it for second time and Charu did it for second time. And it was wonderful. We did it in Hindi. So in Hindi, the meaning is really in deep, in depth. मैं खुद से प्यार करती हूँ, मैं खुद को पसंद करती हूँ. And it was so touching to the heart when we did, especially this approve word. So I really want you to do it in your native language this time. So convert this sentence in your native language and do 100 times in your native language this time. Because I feel when you will do it in your language, it will touch your core more than you will do in English. Try it and please share your experience with us. Because this was our experience, especially mine, right? Charu, what do you have to say?
Yeah, yeah. Since that day, you all will not believe I am doing it only in Hindi. I
Mm,
want to actually write my affirmations also in Hindi. And I
mm,
am a person who left Hindi like long, long back while my Hindi was good in school. Lekin chop, we just left it because we have started working in English. And actually, it also another thing shifted in me. There are so much of good Hindi literature to read. Why we are not going towards that? You've all become English. So thank you for this. And actually, I'm doing it in Hindi only now. While I'm so much connected to this English language, so it really works. You connect more in your native. I mean,
yes,
I mean, my this thing is Hindi, so someone would be Marathi or something. Try it; it will work.
yes. Thank you, Charu. So this is the work for this time. And read this particular part that we have read at least 2, 3 times this week. 2, 3 times. Come again and repeat. Stress is a desire of an ego. What does this mean? It is still not going in my head. But what does this mean? So ask yourself, contemplate, think about it, discuss it, and read more. And 100 times I love and I approve of myself. Repeated this week. This is the mantra. We will leave the assignment for this week. The assignment is only to read this. Stress is a desire of an ego, right? Read it at least 2 to 3 times. If required, read it every day for 7 days so that it just gets inside you, right? Okay, so that's all for now. Anyone else anything to say? And otherwise, we can wind off. Anyone else?
Priya, that paragraph is from the Mirror Work book only.
No, no, no. It is from Power of Intention book by Dr. Wayne Dyer. But his
Okay.
language is bit advanced, Padma. So you have to have a backup of reading few books to understand his language. So as you know, you have seen few lines. It becomes complicated to understand his words. So you have to have a background of certain books. So if you want to reach to Power of Intention, go through Power of Subconscious Mind first, then go to his book, right? Otherwise, it will just
Okay.
be lying on the shelf. right? So read
Thank you.
Power of Subconscious Mind. That is a one must book for everybody. You start from that. Slowly, you graduate to this book, which is Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer, right? It has disturbed me for 2 months. I was not able to read and connect, and why my mentor has sent me this book? Why? I am not able to read and connect with it at all. Why she has sent me this book? And then now I've got it why she sent me this book. So important at that particular time of my life. Amazing understanding has fallen for the amazing time. And it worked beautifully. Right? So that is how it works. Anyone else? Anything to say? Anything? Anyone? No? So shall we do the declaration and close? Right? So let's open our arms completely. After a long time, we are doing it together. Let's do it. And let's envelop ourselves with the golden light again. See yourself again in that golden light because that's already there. And say, I love you, universe. I love you, universe. I love you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you for everything. Thank you for each understanding I get each day to just bring a wonderful life in myself, in my life, to bring this wonderful life in my life. I really approve. I love myself. I really love and I approve of myself. मैं खुद से प्यार करती हूँ और मैं खुद को पसंद करती हूँ. You can say it in your native language. मैं खुद से प्यार करती हूँ और मैं खुद को बहुत पसंद करती हूँ. I really love myself. I'm really approving of myself. And I am a child of you. I am a child of God. And I have everything in myself what God has. I today detach myself fully from ego and I live my life. I am open and receptive for the whole of my life. I am open and receptive to all the good experiences going to come today in my life. I am open and receptive to all the good coming in my life today and every day. I am a wonderful person and I accept it today. I am a wonderful person. I accept it today. I see myself beyond my work, my possessions, my family, everything. I am a source of energy, enveloped in a physical body, intended to experience a wonderful life on earth. I keep this intention today. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Right. Okay. So that was our first practice session. We'll be meeting every week and we'll be doing it. Maybe next time we'll do it how ego beautifully works in relationships. And that will be again a wonderful opening. Right? So that's all for today. Thank you, all of you. And I really am very fortunate that you all have come and you just do it. Thank you. Prithvi, I'll be slow
Thank
next.
you.
Sorry, Prithvi. I'll
Thank
be really
you.
slow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye all. See you all.
Thank you.
See you all.
Thank you.